Hi, I'm Dr. Nicholas Dogris, and now we're going to show you how to do impedance checking using the Q-Check device. Starting NeuroField 64. Q-Check is built into NeuroField 64. It's an impedance meter that's standalone. It is designed to be able to check 19 channels of impedance along with 19 channels of contact potential. The impedance shows us whether or not we actually have a good connection to the scalp. The contact potential shows you whether or not you have a broken wire in your cap. Now, NeuroField 64 has started up. You can see the Q21 amplifier is detected, as is the Q-Check module here. Click on USB number 1. It takes you into the program. Once in the program, on the left side, you'll see a button that says Q-Check. If Q-Check is connected and is powered up, you will see this button. If it's not connected or not powered up, you will not see this button. So I click on it and it opens up this little widget here. In order to start impedance monitoring, all you have to do is click on Start Q-Check. Now, in the previous video, I showed you how to do the actual injection of the saline solution in the cap. You want to do all 19 channels, including the ground and ear electrode, before starting Q-Check. You want this process to go quickly and efficiently. So now that we've done that, we click on Start Q-Check, and I have John here who's going to help us to look at the channels here and see which ones are making a good connection or not. So 01 and 02 are at a very high impedance values. So John is going to start to manipulate that. And what you do is simply stick the syringe into the electrode and gently touch it against the scalp. And in a circular rotation, you want to be able to move the gel around a little bit, and it will clean up the impedance. In other words, it will lower it. So now 01 is the one he wants to go after next. And he might need to inject a little bit more gel in there. Alexandra has long hair and thick hair, and so it's not always easy to get a good impedance value with long, thick hair. Now, F7 is our next target that we want to go under. We want to get everything in the yellow or green here. It's important to get good impedance values. The research level is 5 kiloohms or less. However, in standard clinic recordings, if you get less than 50, it will work. You do want to make sure that the values are close to each other. So if the impedance values are all close to each other, then you can make it work for clinic recordings. For research level, that's another story. So S7 looks a lot better. Now we want to go to T3. T3 is up there, and John's going to go over and give that one a shot now. And you can see how the value is going to change a little bit. Very good. T5 is our next target. You can see how this is a really big number. What that usually means is that the gel really didn't make it through her hair. Again, she has thick hair, and so those are difficult to set up initially. The longer the paste is on the head, the better the impedance values will actually become, which is because the paste actually soaks into the hair and makes a nice connection with the scalp. That's very good, John. How about T6 now? Beautiful. So now those values are coming down. You can go a little bit more with T6 if you could. Good. So now we have really good values here. And the next thing you want to do here is actually squeeze the reference electrodes on the ears. If you squeeze them both, you'll find that the impedance values will probably drop a little bit more. And there we go. So the reference electrodes moved around a little bit on the ear. So we have a really nice connection here. Now we want to check the contact voltage. Right in the middle of the page here, it says View Contact Voltage. If I click this little box, it changes to contact voltages. If you see a number that's greater than 500, then you probably have a broken wire in your cap, or the electrode is not gelled up. One of the two. So this is a great way to look at the health of your cap. So then all you have to do is uncheck it, and you'll go back to the impedance values here. That's how you use QCheck, and that's how you set up your impedances. To finish, all you have to do is click on Stop QCheck, and it's all done. So now it tells you, please turn off QCheck when you're finished. So we click OK, and we're going to shut off QCheck.